Hello, Eurovision friends. Thank you for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. Hello, Eurovision friends from Portugal as well. This is something that I usually don't do as much, reacting to semi-finals of national finals, but as Portugal is very quickly becoming my favorite country at Eurovision, I thought it makes sense. I also noticed that a lot of my favorites from Festival da Canção were in semi-final one, so I was really excited to watch all of the performances that go with all of the songs that I've been listening to over the last few weeks. And I just want to tell you what I thought of the performances. Again, obrigado Portugal for these great songs, great performances. All of them sang really, really well, I have to say. And watching these performances after watching our own German national final, let's say I really like Portugal, especially this year. So let's get right to it. Here are my thoughts. First of all, quickly, the non-qualifiers, the ones that didn't make it to the final, unfortunately. This one I'm quite sad about, Zico Gaiato with Ai Senor. This is a song that has grown on me quite a bit since I did my video on all the entries in Festival da Canção. Maybe the performance was a bit too out there. Maybe not enough was happening in the performance, but it was quite visually impactful, and maybe it was too impactful for some people. But still, I will keep listening to this song, and I'm quite sad that it's not in the final. Rita Sampaio with Voltas. This was not one of my favorite songs, and I kind of understand why it didn't qualify. The performance and the staging was very static to me as well, so I kind of get why this didn't make it to the final. Do Nothing, also a song I really, really liked and I've been listening to a lot lately. I think the performance might have been too messy and chaotic, running around on stage. I don't know, there was way too much happening and it didn't really tell the story of the song, in my opinion. So maybe that's why it didn't work out in the end. I think the song kind of deserved to qualify. And then we have Capital da Bulgaria. So her name is Sofia, so that makes sense. Thank you for explaining that to me under the other video I did on Festival da Canção. This pleasantly surprised me with her little town that she had around her. It kind of reminded me of Francesca Michelin, the Italian representative in Eurovision a few years ago. It was very sweet and melodious as well, but I can also understand why it didn't manage to qualify because it's a bit monotonous as well. Let's get to the qualifiers. First of all, we have Margarida Campelo. The song is Hoy Sei Que O Amor. I was pleasantly surprised that this qualified because I didn't expect this to qualify. When I saw the performance, it looks a bit like Portuguese Eurovision songs from the 90s, 80s, like someone sat at a piano singing a very beautiful song with the backing singers. I mean, I guess maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Maybe this is the kind of song that does well in Festival da Canção, but good for her. The song is still a bit monotonous to me, but it is a nice vibe and quite relaxing. But there's another song in this lineup that I thought does that even better, which is this one. That makes a lot of sense that that's right after it. Jéssica Pina, this really was elevated by the staging and the way they performed it. These three almost goddesses on that stage looking amazingly, lots of charisma in the performance. I love how she just plays the trumpet at some point, and especially the switch from playing the trumpet, and I personally know how much air you need to play the trumpet, and then she just continues singing as if nothing had happened. It is very loungy. It feels like you're in a lounge club in Lisbon and they are performing. It's very nonchalant and very relaxed as well. It seems like it's no effort to her to sing this well, and this was really a surprise to me, and I have added the song to my playlist once again because I was just very much convinced by this performance. Then we had Bluay with Ninguém, a song that has grown on me a lot as well. I loved it from the first time I heard it, but it has grown on me. It feels very anthemic, and these R&B elements, the choral elements as well. And now the message of the song makes even more sense with the two dancers that they added. The song is about being different, being like nobody else. and still accepting that and enjoying life as much as you can. And adding these two dancers really drives home that message so much more. It really hit me emotionally. And yeah, really loved his performance. And I'm very happy that he made it to the final. Marco Rodrigues. I know that a lot of people think this is boring, but to me, this is just so cozy and warm listening to this, especially in the German winter that I'm going through at the moment. I'm guessing in Portugal it's not as cold. He sang this with such verve and emotion, and he's such a beautiful vocal tone. I like the light effects as well, building a casa, because the song is called A Minha Casa. Just really well done, very intimate, simple staging, but it worked very well for me. Makes sense that it made it to the final. Maybe not a lot of people love this, but I do. Then we have Josh, the big favorite for a lot of people I've seen in the comments and also in the odds, I'm guessing. Tristeja is another song I keep repeating, but it is. I have listened to while walking through the city, and it just adds such depth to the song. I don't know how to explain it, but it's such a sad song, but so anthemic as well. This very rich instrumentation, and so I had very high expectations. I had a bit of an idea of what I wanted the staging to be like, maybe the camera moving in and out, the more intense the song gets. I do get what he's trying to do with the pole. I mean, it's a great symbolism for being sad, being depressed, just hanging on by a thread, and he can do a lot of things with that. At one point, he's just like deflated almost, and that makes a lot of sense. I just think that the staging is a bit too static. I thought that at some point he would detach from the pole. I guess that he has something metal going to his jacket, so maybe that's not as easy. But when the song really gets more and more intense, I thought he would maybe move around the stage a little bit. That's a little criticism I have. I do like the symbolism of the performance. The nails I could do without, but I guess that's him and it's very authentic. But there are things you could change about the staging to make this pop even more as a song. But honestly, the way he sings this is incredible. So much emotion, such an incredible vocal tone. So well done to him. And then last but not least, we have Peculiar. I don't know how you say it in Portuguese, but this is the one that qualified because of the televoters. So I guess the juries didn't like it as much, which I can kind of understand because it's not really the kind of song that a Festival da Canção jury would go for, maybe. I love the outfits though. They look very 90s, very rave stuff, something. I like that he has backing dancers for this kind of song that works as well. He sang it really well. I love the connection with the camera he has. I do think that the theme of the song, if I get it correctly, is like a sea monster living between Portugal and somewhere else, and you have to get across that or something like that. I don't get that from the staging and this performance. The staging gives me more of a 90s rave vibe, as I said. So maybe if he does go to Eurovision, which it doesn't look like he will, they could work on that to just tell the story a bit more. I still love this song though, and I'm happy that he made it to the final. Do let me know who your favorites were, which staging impressed you and which kind of underwhelmed you, especially the Portuguese among you. Do let me know, and let me know as well who is the favorite to win now, whether it's Henka or Josh or someone else. Thank you for watching the video. Do subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any of my videos, and if you do so, I might see you in my next one. See you then, and bye bye.